Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Jewel, also known as Mr. Pristine. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If not, welcome back to all of you that have visited my channels before. Um, so I'm at home, I'm chilling. I got my robe on, feet kicked up, one of my first days off. And, I'm kicking back, watching the Apple press event, looking at the release of the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. And just want to do a little reaction video, just to give you guys, who may have missed the event, some details or some information about the phone. I'm pretty sure at this point, the video is everywhere. You can go on YouTube. There's other streaming sites where I'm sure have the whole keynote for you to go ahead and tune into. But there's some new updates that they got going on, for the older iPhone, the older Apple Watch. They announced the new Apple Watch, which looks pretty cool. But the main reason why I was tuned in was because I'm looking for the phones. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that new iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. So, I got some a bunch of specs written down here that I'd like to share with you real quick, and then you guys go ahead and hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And we'll discuss it a little further. Now, off top, I just want to say that I'm very impressed with what Apple's doing with their new device. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get some backlash, from what I'm about to say. But me personally, man, and I think that Apple, I think they hit it out the park. I think they nailed this joint. You know what I'm saying? I think that they, I think that they, man, they're smashing the Note 7 right now with what they're doing with the new iPhone 7. I know I'm gonna have some Samsung haters, and that's fine. That's cool. Everybody's entitled to feel a certain way, based on whatever it is that makes them feel whatever kind of way. You know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of Samsung fanboys and girls, and me, I'm a fan of both operating systems, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I've had Android phones, I've had iPhones. So to me, it doesn't matter. That's one of the main reasons why I have so many phone lines, because I'm always finagling and going back and forth from phone to phone. I've had several iPhones in my day. And so I'm a fan of both operating systems, both Android and iOS. So for me, it's just about, what offers the best experience. Now, I feel like as far as choosing one over the other, I'd have to go with Android, just because there's so many companies that make Android phones that bring something different to the table. Although, a lot of the Android phones are similar, especially the ones that are stock Android. Apple is the only company that makes iPhone. You don't have a bunch of different companies out here making, iPhones. So that would be something to see. If they were, a bunch of different companies that made iPhones that had, different skins on top of iOS. That'd be real interesting, but that's not the reality. So with that said, that's one of the main reasons why I would opt to go with Android. You got more options, just more custom, they're more customizable. But man, let's get into these specs, man. I mean, I'm pumped right now, man. The iPhone 7, especially that 7 Plus. If you get the iPhone, get the 7 Plus. You know what I'm saying? 5.5 or better as far as, screen real estate. You know what I'm saying? Now they do got the 7, which I still believe is 4.7 inches. It's not bad, but I mean, it's just too small for me, man. It's just too small for me. But man, let's get into these specs. So these are the iPhone 7 Plus. So we've got 5.5 inch screen, 1920 by 1080p resolution, full HD. Now, some people may have something to say about that. Me personally, I don't mind it. 1080p works. I mean, if the screen is crystal clear, it doesn't have to be quad HD. It doesn't have to be 4K. And I understand that that's the wave of the future. That's where we're going. A lot of our TVs, are 4K, compatible, or they got the 4K technology. And that's cool. That's cool. But I don't necessarily have to have that on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, 1080p works just fine. So you're not going to get a gripe from me in that particular aspect. All right. Now, let's see. Both model phones get optical image stabilization as a default when it comes to the camera. Now, I know on the iPhone 6, 6S, and the 6S Plus, the optical image stabilization was only on the Plus model, not on the regular 6 or 6S. So now, it's standard on both models. Now, for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time, we've got an iPhone that is water and dust resistant up to IP67. Finally. Finally they jump on board. I mean, I know some people may say, oh, well, they're just now implementing some things that Android phones have been doing for a long time. And that's true. That's the truth. But the fact is, you had a lot of, loyal fanboys and girls at Apple that may have wanted these specs implemented, and now they have been. So, that's a good look. To me, it doesn't matter, because the phone is still pretty pricey. So, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I could pay $50 for a phone that's water resistant and it still ain't going in no water. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's an electrical device that could possibly malfunction, so I don't trust it. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go swimming with your device and you want to get up underwater and take photos and all that type of thing, then man, you have at it. You know what I'm saying? You have at it. All right. So moving on, next. No more 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now this has been something that's been a rumor for a very long time, and there's been a lot of speculation. The phone's not going to have it. The phone is going to have it. Well, now it's confirmed. The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus does not have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Now, I gotta give Apple some props with this, because it's a gutsy move. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is Apple's way of just completely going balls out as far as innovation, because a lot of devices that come out today, they still have the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And me personally, being all about that innovation, and I'm completely wireless, right? I'm all wireless. That's one of the main reasons why I got rid of my OnePlus 3, because, great phone, I'd recommend it to anybody. But as far as like the Bluetooth and the amount of wireless connections that you can have at once, it didn't give me what I needed. You know what I'm saying? So, the more wireless capabilities, for me, the better. So no more 3.5 headphone jack. Everything is going to be connected through the Lightning charger. So the headphones that come with the phone, you plug them into the Lightning charger. They're gonna be making headphones and third party headphones or whatnot that you plug right into the Lightning port. But then another one of the things that they're trying to focus more on is wireless. They got these little wireless earbuds. To me, those are dope. You know what I'm saying? They cost $160. Do I want to pay that for them? No, I don't. But me being a big fan of music and sound quality, and those Apple earbuds that always came with the devices, those always sounded real nice and clean. Always. So I can only imagine that the Bluetooth ones are going to sound just as good, if not better. Excuse me. Now, do I want to pay $160 for them joints? That's, I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when they come out. But that's also an interesting feature, that they've got. So moving along, let's see. We've got a new A10 quad-core chip in the Apple iPhone 7 and 7 Plus. So better performance. The phone is going to be much more snappier. It's going to handle things, much better. And I've never had a performance problem with any iPhone. So this has always been something that I feel that Apple has been very strong with as far as their overall performance with their phone. It still only has 2 gigs of RAM. I would have liked to see maybe 3 or 4, or just go balls out and do those 6 gigs of RAM up in there, like the OnePlus. But is that really a necessity? No, it's not. Obviously, it does fine, with the 2 gigs. So yeah, we still only have 2 gigs of RAM on board. Now, as far as the ROM, the different variants, we've got 32 gigs, 128 gigs, and 256 gigs. They completely cut out 64 and 16 gigs. So, you know, maybe some people are going to be a fan of that, maybe not, you know. But I know for a lot of you heavy users, that 128 and especially that 256 is what you want to get your hands on. Now that may cost you a little bit more, but if it's worth it to you, then you do have those options. You know, me, I don't do a lot of downloading to my phones. You know, a lot of my pictures and videos go straight to Dropbox, and then I erase them off my phone, you know, just to free up memory. So for me, you know, a 16 or a 32 gig has always worked well for me. So I'll probably just end up going with that 32 gig. Now, we've got a major camera upgrade, right? The 7 Plus has a dual 12 megapixel camera with stellar features. I mean, crazy camera features. I can't wait to get my hands on this phone to play with this camera. To me, the camera's a big deal. I got a family. You know, I got a 12-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-month-old. We're always taking pictures, right? Always taking pictures. So for me, you know, the camera quality is extremely important. iPhones have always been known for having really, really good cameras. So I'm really looking forward to get my hands on this camera just to test it out. Especially that, I don't know if you guys watched the keynote presentation, but they got this feature called depth of field. And they've also got new zoom capabilities. And it just, some of the sample photos that they took, it just took some amazing photos. I mean, I thought the picture quality was absolutely amazing. So definitely looking to get my hands on that. Now the color schemes, you know, you still got the white, the gold, the rose gold, but the two main colors for me, they got this jet black, which is like for real jet black, like this robe I'm wearing, like jet black, straight up, jet black with a glossy finish. Oh man, that joint is dope. I mean, dope. And then they got another one that's just black. And it's like, it doesn't have the glossy finish, but I mean, it's black, and it's like a matte black or something like that. I mean, that looks dope too. But for me, I'm gonna need that jet black glossy. You know, I know that's gonna be a fingerprint magnet, but I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and slap a case up on that joint, and I'm gonna make sure that the case is clear too. I'm not gonna get a color case so you can see exactly what the phone looks like, you know, in all of its glory. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing something. We got a new home button. That's now it's haptic feedback. The home button is now just a touch button. It's no longer a physical button that you push. So you can, you know, put your finger on it just to tap it, just to capture your fingerprint. You know, there's a few different ways that you can customize it in order for it to do different features. Opening apps, turning on certain functions, you know, so that's a nice touch. I'm looking to get my hands on that too. Now, you can pre-order this phone on the 9th, which is, what, today's the 7th? So, yes, 2 days from today. You get the phone a week later on the 16th. So, you pre-order it 1 week, you get it the next week. So, again, I'm feeling that. I mean, that's how you release a phone. You know, I mean, there's already been a lot of hype, a lot of rumors. Apple finally put it out there today. Pre-order it in a couple days, get it a week later. You know, the battery. I'm not exactly sure how long the battery lasts, but it is said that the battery is more power efficient, so you are going to get more usage out of the battery. And it also has dual firing speakers at the bottom, which I'm sure sound really good. You know, they're not the front facing, you know, like the Axon 7 or the Idol 4S, but I've always liked the little speaker on the bottom of the iPhones. I thought that they sound really good. So now you got two of them, you know, with stereo sound. So to me, man, they didn't take no shots at Samsung, you know what I'm saying, which was a classy move on their behalf, you know. They just came out just with their specs and everything, and they're just dominating the Note 7 right now, you know, dominating them. So again, all you Samsung haters, you know, I'm ready for you, you know, or if you just want to bypass this video, then man, go ahead and do that, because I'm gonna speak the real about these devices, man. And right now, that iPhone 7 is getting with that Note 7. Drop me any comments, ask me any questions. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I got much more content to come. See y'all in the next video. Peace.